Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is how to prepare for the new academic year. So let's get into the video. So the first thing I think you need to do to get prepared for the new academic year is go stationery shopping. Now this is an exciting one because you get to pick out all new stationery, you can choose your pencil case and your pens and pencils and everything you want for that year. I like to get prepared in advance and just make sure I have almost everything I'll need the whole year. So buy a lot of pens and things, and if you can, find places where you can buy in bulk to make it cheaper. If you buy in bulk you have everything prepared for the whole year, which is really great because you never need to worry about going and getting more stationery. But yeah, get your basics ready for stationery and just make sure you have at least everything for the first term, and if you need it, buy binders and folders, and you can start organising them by subject. Make sure you buy dividers and just flashcards, things like that. But stationery shopping is really fun, and I'll probably do a back to school haul on my channel so you can see what I buy this year for stationery shopping. So the next thing you need to do to get prepared for the new academic year is revise content. So whether you're starting a new qualification, like I'm starting A-levels, or whether you're going into year 11 and you're in your second year of GCSEs, you need to make sure you're revising your content. So if you're in year 11, you revise all the stuff that you did in year 10 and make sure it's all in your brain so you don't have to worry about revising that in year 11 for mocks and things. And just make sure you know those subjects really well so you really don't have to worry about them later in the year, and you can focus on all the new content you're going to be learning this year. For people like me going into year 12, just looking over the first few topics of the subjects you're going to be doing is really helpful, and a lot of people have said that really helps them at A-level just to get a head start on what kind of work it will be like. Okay, so the third one I think for me is the one I'm going to struggle with most, and that is getting your sleep cycle back. So obviously I've had about 5 months off school now, so it's much harder than the usual 6 weeks of summer holidays, but I'm really going to have to focus on getting my sleep schedule back because sleep is really, really important when you go to school and you're learning every single day, because if you don't sleep, the information will not go in and stay in your long-term memory. So throughout August I'm going to slowly start going to bed earlier and earlier and hopefully start waking up earlier and earlier until I'm getting up at the same time as I will have to get up on the first day. So on the last week of August I'll be getting up at the same time as I have to get up for school. So I'm going to make a plan on how I'm going to do this and just space it out so it's not a shock to my body, so that I'm not tired on the first few days of school, and so that hopefully I will be able to carry on with the same sleep cycle throughout school so I don't get too tired, and I make sure I get 8 hours every single night, because I've definitely noticed that I am a lot happier and a lot more productive when I've had 8 hours of sleep. So the fourth thing is something I can't really do, but I know a lot of people can, so I wanted to throw this in here. So it's the practical things. If you can, get your timetable so you can get prepared and you can see when you have each subject. If you need to, go and get your student IDs and get your, I know a lot of people have to like sign loads of forms to enrol into each term and things, so do all of that, get your payments for trips and things sorted. Just try and get the admin stuff done before you go back to school. I can't get my timetable, but I know after results day I will have to like sign up to the school and everything like that, so that's what I'll be doing as soon as I can. But if you can do it around now, that is really helpful. Okay, so the next one is a little bit of fun, and it is to make a study playlist. So lots of these are about getting prepared for studying and just not having to worry about getting prepared in the academic year, so you can just get on with studying. So this one is make a study playlist. So what I do is find songs that help me focus, don't have too many words so I don't get distracted, and that I find that I am really able to like focus when I listen to these songs. Whether that's classical music, whether that's pop or rock or whatever, just find some music and make a playlist, so that if you ever want to listen to music when you're studying, you know you have a playlist ready to go and you can put it on. Okay, the next one is, if you can, look through your textbooks and start making study plans. So I'll talk a little bit later about what I mean by a study plan that I use. I've seen it a little bit different from other people that I've watched on YouTube. So you want to grab your textbooks if you can. If you don't buy them yourself and you borrow them from school, obviously you'll have to do this in the first few weeks of getting them, but if you buy them yourself, you want to look through and see all the subjects you've got and all the topics and make a study plan with them. I will talk a little bit about study plans a little bit later in this video. Okay, so the next thing is to set up your planner or bullet journal. Whether that is a calendar like Google Calendars on your phone, or whether that is a bullet journal like I have, or a physical planner with just like weekly views. Just choose your planner and decide what's going to work best for you. And if it's a bullet journal, obviously that takes a bit more planning and you need to set that up kind of now so you don't have to do it at school. But if it's a pre-made planner, just choose the one you want and get ready to write your timetable in when you can, and just write any events, when the terms are, everything like that. You just want to do and get prepared, get ahead. I'm currently setting up my bullet journal, so I'm going to be able to write in. I've left space in my timetable and things when I know about it, and write in holidays when I know which school I'm going to when I get my results. Okay, so another thing, if you want to do this, it will really help you, but it is to study and review your previous work. So like I said earlier, you want to go over the content. Well, if there's any content that you know that you don't know very well, you actually want to revise that and study it. And if you have never learnt this before, get ahead and just revise a few topics. And if you don't know what you're meant to be revising, maybe find books on the subject. I've got a recommended reading list from school which I'm reading for A-levels, and just start getting your knowledge of the subject there. And things like reading books are really great to do now because you're not going to have as much time to sit down and read when you're going back to school and you're busy with homework and clubs and studying and exams and everything like that. So you want to start doing those sorts of things right now. Okay, so another thing I find really important for me is planning my morning and night routine when I go back to school. So this is planning things such as what time I'm going to go to bed, so to make sure I get 8 hours sleep each night, when I'm going to work out, if I want to go on a walk, just doing everything other than homework and where homework is going to slot in my night or morning. If I want to get up a bit earlier and make sure I can do my makeup at home, or if I want to get up and do some homework in the morning rather than doing it at night, whether I want to get up and work out, when I want to have a shower in the evening or in the morning, just everything like that. I just like to plan it all out so I kind of know roughly, even if I don't stick to it when I actually start school, if I know roughly what I want to get done in the evening as well as homework. And also you can make a rough plan as soon as you have your timetable. So if you know which days you have certain lessons and things, then you can make sure that you're able to write up notes about that lesson, write up your notes about the topic you covered in that lesson after that lesson. So for example, if on a Tuesday you have double history, then you know that on a Tuesday you will always have to write up your history notes, your history class notes, and just see if you understood that topic fully and everything like that, and reviewing your notes from class and rewriting them. So if you like write really rough notes in class and then you write them up after class, it's actually really good for you because it makes sure the information goes into your brain. It means you can condense it down and make your notes look really nice. So doing those sorts of things, if you have time, is really great. I know there's more time for that at A-level than there is at GCSE from what I've heard from people. So hopefully I'll be able to have a little routine of every single day going through those notes after class or in my free periods. So yeah, just make a plan of things you want to get done before and after school, and then work out the time frames you need for each thing, and then you can make a kind of routine. I want to get quite a few things done before and after school, so I'm going to have to give myself a little bit more time. Okay, so the next thing is to make study plans for each subject. So I mentioned them earlier, but a study plan is basically writing out or listing out all of your different topics that you cover in each subject. So all of the little subtopics, headings that you see in a textbook, that's what you're listing out. And then you're going to put 3 columns next to each topic. In one, you're going to have learnt, so you can highlight that when you've learnt it in class. And the second one you're going to have as revised. So if you've gone over it, you've made your revision resources for that subject, then you can tick revised. And then the next one I'm going to put reviewed, because for me reviewing it after I revised it is very different. So if later on in like 6 months you want to do some studying and for a test, and then you know you've got the revision materials for that, but you haven't looked over it in 6 months, then you can do that and tick reviewed. So you can do this for each term if you get tested each term, or you can do this for the whole year or the whole 2 years of subject content. But making study plans is really great because you can also make them in different ways. So you could put learn and then put a coloured highlighter of how you feel about that subject, and the same for revise and the same for reviewed, so you can go over them as many times as you want. And you can even add in boxes to say how many times you've gone over them, so that you can kind of keep track of where you're at and which subjects you need to focus on more when studying and which subjects you only need to go over once or twice. So yeah, so it really helps focus your studying and your revising, and it just means that you can keep track of everything and things that you definitely know and things you're not really very sure of. So I definitely recommend doing that. So the next thing you want to do is make sure to clean and organise your study area. So wherever you plan on doing homework or writing up notes or any type of studying, you want to make sure you have a clean and organised space. And it means that you can make sure you have everything in that area stationery wise that you will be needing, so you don't have to worry about that in the new academic year because it will all be there. And if you clean it, I often find that that makes me more motivated to actually want to study, because I want to go to that nice clean space and I know I can be productive there because it has everything I need ready to go. Just making sure that you clean your desk or any drawers and just organise all your notes from last year and just organise where you're going to have things. Make sure it's not too cluttered and you have enough space to be able to have enough space, put your computer there along with your notes and everything, and just have a nice clean space where you know that is where you're going to study, so it's not used for anything else really. But also decide on where you're going to study. So this might be, for me, my desk that's in my room, or we have desks downstairs in a kind of like office area which my sister used, but she's going away to uni, so I might be able to use those. Or whether it's just at your kitchen table, or if you have your own office room in your house, then just decide where you're going to study, make it look pretty, make it organised and really nice, and makes you want to study in it. So that is everything I think you need to do to get prepared for a new academic year. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again very soon for another video. Bye!